The Holy Book, Sefer Kav Hayashar, Episode 81. It is related in Medrash Rabbah, Parshas Bereshis 5.9, that when Adam committed the sin of eating from the tree of knowledge, both the snake and Chava were personally cursed, whereas for Adam's sin, the earth was cursed. As the verse states, the earth shall be cursed on account of you. Bereshis 3.17. This is because Adam was created from the earth. The Medrash compares this to a son who turned to evil ways, and the people cursed the breasts from which he had nursed as an infant, saying, "Cursed be the breasts that nursed this one." Regarding this medrash, one can ask as follows. Since Adam was created from the upper world as well as the lower world, Bereshis Rabbah 12.8, why was only the earth cursed on account of Adam's sin, but not the heavens? I believe the answer is that the creation of Adam came about also through the contributions of male and female aspects. See the Zohar 1.49a and Zohar Chadash Bereshis 21a. Thus, the earth derives from the female aspect, while the soul that was imbued in the human being derives from the male aspect. The soul does not lure a person into sin. It is only the physical body created from the earth that tempts and urges him to sin. For this reason, the earth, representing the lower world, was cursed, whereas the upper world was not cursed. For only the soul originated in the upper world, and the soul does not sin. This is the reason that people say, "Cursed be the breasts that nurse this one." Notice that they do not curse the father, but only the mother. This is because of the sage's great principle that every woman who is modest in her conduct and her thoughts will merit to be the progenitor of prophets, saints, and men of good deeds. Megillah 10b. An example of this is Tamar. Conversely, every woman who is not modest in her conduct and who harbors evil and alien thoughts will have offspring who follow in her ways. For as the sages say, one ewe follows another ewe. Kesuvah 63a. It seems to me that this is why Scripture says, as a father has mercy upon his children, Tehillim 103.13. Why is it not stated as a mother has mercy upon her children? The answer is that it is the nature of a father who loves his children to discipline them. As it is stated, one who spares the rod hates his son, but the one who loves him disciplines him every morning. Mishlei 13.24. Every man who disciplines his son demonstrates thereby that he loves him, as is elaborated in the Medrash Rabbah, Parsha Shemos 1.1. A woman, on the other hand, is soft-hearted and does not wish for the father or teacher to strike the child. Moreover, while he is yet small, the mother fulfills every wish, granting him all his heart's desires. Then, when he becomes a youth, he seeks out what he is accustomed to and eventually turns to evil ways. And all of this is caused by the woman. A proof to this is an amazing episode that I heard involving the Ramban. In an essay in one of his books, the Rambam writes that if a Jew exchanges his religion for one of the idolatrous faiths, one may be certain that he is not really of Jewish seed. Rather, he is of the seed of the other nations, or else of intended adulterous relationship. A short time after he wrote these words, one of his own sons apostatized. The ruler summoned the Ramban and asked, "Look at what you have recently published, and now your own offspring has been tripped up by your words?" All the way home, the Ramban was filled with turmoil, and when he arrived, he sat on the floor weeping and scourging himself. He was more disturbed on account of the sermon he had published than on account of his son, who had abandoned his religion. He refused to eat or drink for several days, until last his wife came to console him and to assure him that there was no need for him to be distraught. She then explained that one night, when she was on her way back from the mikveh, the ritual bath, which was far from their home, a certain nobleman noticed her beauty and ordered his servants to seize her and bring her to his house. The nobleman then abused her, and it was from him that she had conceived the boy. She added, "And if you do not believe me, see that I still have the finger that I bit off from his hand with my teeth." When the Ramban heard his wife's story, he rose from the ground with great rejoicing. "You have consoled me," he explained. Right away he set out and went to the ruler to relate to him what his wife had revealed. The ruler immediately summoned the nobleman, who soon arrived. He was wearing a glove on his hand, and the ruler ordered him to remove it. When the nobleman refused, the ruler ordered his servants to remove it from his hand by force. Then they saw that he was indeed missing a finger on that hand. "What happened to your finger?" the ruler inquired. The nobleman confessed that one time he had abused a Jewish woman and she had bitten it off with her teeth. The Ramban spoke up, "So you see that our Torah is true, as the words of our sages and our God." From this story, we learn that everything depends upon the mother. For sometimes an evil man has a modest wife, and they produce virtuous and upright children. And sometimes a righteous man is married to a wicked woman, and they produce wicked offspring. Therefore, a mother must be sure to guide her children along the path of virtue, and let not her have pity on them when the teacher or her husband strikes them. Let every woman learn from Bathsheba, wife of King David and mother of King Shlomo. Bathsheba beat her son, King Shlomo, personally after he once overslept until the 3rd hour of the day with the keys to the holy temple beneath his head. Vayikra Rabbah 12.5. This is alluded to in the verse, the words of Lemuel, who was chastised by his mother. Mishlei 31.1. Fortunate are the husband and wife who guide their children along the straight and virtuous path. Then they will merit upright offspring and will have cause to rejoice in this world and the next.